All right, that's enough of that stupid stuff. Hello, guys. I thought I needed to make coffee, and I thought, well, I would make it sound like an orchestra was. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're such a good crew. Thank you. Thank you. Hello. Here we go. Right, well, good day, everyone. Ooh. Kid, turn the music off. Sorry, I really like that piece of music. Night on Bald Mountain. Very, very good piece of music. Now, why have I done that? Well, I did that because I needed to get coffee. And I got it. But I was running just a little bit late. I was going to do something really funny this morning, and I'm going to have to save that for another day because I ran out of time and I wasn't able to set it up in time. Had a bit of a bad week, but okay, we'll put things in perspective. First of all, we've got the last few days. My date is the 28th, yours is the 27th, so you guys have got 4 days left to get your entries into the BWC and Beavercraft competition, where somebody's going to win something bloody fabulous and free. They're going to get that. And they're going to get that. And they're going to get that. We know where we want to put that, don't we? Yeah, shut up, Colin. Cole. Let's just say Cole. Okay, no Colin. Forget the Colin. My comments seem to be not working properly again. So, g'day Corey, g'day Ness, g'day Sarah, g'day Eddie, g'day Jerry, g'day Dale, g'day Jimmy, g'day Dean. There's Sarah again, Becca. Hello, Becca. Hello, Blake. Hello, Wendell. Oh, Fred Hero. Fred, man. I realised yesterday with announcing Nay's departure that you didn't get an official thank you from BWC for your efforts as moderator. I'm so bloody sorry. It was an oversight and I missed it. So I do apologise for that. You're still my hero, Fred, no matter what. The appreciation of the moderators is there. We've lost another one. Go back to the competition comment. It's been a hard week. This week I seriously considered my position here. I work hard, trying to organise a team, and I'm a dictator, so I want things to run differently to how other groups work. I've had quite a bit of conflict. An administrator is here to make sure that the group that is complying with Facebook rules. Moderators are here for slightly lesser version, that they're volunteers, that they're not a team that I can use, and democracy is preferred rather than dictatorship. Well, trying to establish some kind of democracy in here instead of me just being a dictator. It's my energy's up. I'm not blue. It hasn't put me back into a horrible place that I'd rather not go, but losing 2 moderators this week has taken their toll. Trying to give the best for BWC as I can. Maybe I'm getting out of hand. Maybe I'm becoming too much of a whip cracker and a potato penis, or a dictator as I call it. I had a bloody nice time on Friday. Went to the wood shop with the young Ness Snedden, my local carver, and we had an absolute ball. I made a complete idiot of myself in the wood shop, but then that's nothing new. I came out with 13 or 14 new woods to add to my wood chart, which now if you look in the folder that has Colin's database, wood database, we've got the faces that are done. And there goes a Ness heart. Thanks, Ness. It was wonderful. It's best day out. It's best day I've had this week, without a doubt. Yeah, I've linked all of my little faces with the type of wood they are to the wood database for the time being, because I haven't got round to. It's time consuming actually building the database as a database. That will come as time goes. I'm actually thinking of doing it where you've got more videos of me sitting there and explaining to you how the wood carves, what it's like, showing you my piece, and then telling you the anchor hardness test, telling you information, maybe showing you some pictures of what the trees look like, visual, graphic rather than textual. But I'm not sure about that. With the questioning of my very with 2 of the mods that haven't agreed with me or don't agree with how I want beginners woodcarvers to grow. It's affected me. It's affected my mood to come on here and be all bright and shiny, and I don't feel all bright and shiny. I feel like a piece of poop. A piece of poop without a glove. Well, anyway, the Beavercraft competition. You've got 3 or 4 days left. That's it. So get your entries in, and then we'll have all the lovely hard work of sorting through them and coming up with the winners. Of course, there's 3 prizes, not just 1. There's the main prize, which is the spoon set that I previously showed. There's a 2 set and a choice of 1 knife. Now, what will happen is whoever wins will be announced next Friday's live. Then afterwards, I'll contact the people. I will link them to the representative of Beavercraft, and you'll exchange addresses, blah, 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 and they will send them out to you. So 3 winners coming up next week. Isn't that exciting? Didn't even have time for a shave. Look at this. Gone mouldy. What a bugger. All right. Well, that's that. I want to discuss a couple of things. I want to discuss The Starball, I mean, wow. Tammy, Tammy McGowan, not McGowan. I somewhere along the line, poor bugger, somewhere along the line, I've glanced at her name and thought Tammy was Tammy McGowan. I've known McGowans in the past, and it's M-A-G, not M-C Gowan. So I completely stuffed up, completely stuffed up, and wrote on the front of her videos that she worked so hard and so well and did so brilliantly. The chain and the Starball. I mean, they've both come to you this week, and all Tammy's work. All I did was throw them in the editing program and spin them a couple of times. I mean, that's been one of the main highlights of the week. In fact, like seeing Tammy come out of her shell and produce very, very good videos. I'm glad that she is a moderator. I'm really glad for the efforts that she puts in, and I'm really glad that our links to educational material is growing. So on that, Tammy, cheers. I know it's only coffee, but I hope you've seen the videos, because she did really well. Very proud, very, very proud. I've realised that there are some things that that I miss during the week. I miss a really lot. I just reread my scrolling thing. My comments aren't working, so maybe they are a little bit. No, they're not. Oh, okay. Hope you had a good night. No, and then it's 5 minutes. Yeah, not a problem. Hello, from Louisiana. Hey Ray, Roger. G'day. Yeah, New Wood. Yay! Didn't we do well, Ness? No apologies necessary, mate. I'm so grateful for the help that you put in. I'm so grateful for all of the moderators, and thank you, Jimmy and Jason, and Brett. Oh, Brett Byers, our new moderator, one of them, molting. Well done, Brett, for stepping up. We look forward to seeing some of your. We look forward to seeing some of your tutorials. I'm asking too much of the moderators. What I'm wanting from them is to be like me, make videos, be more informative, and moderators are not on Facebook aren't for that. Not a team I can order around now. It's not what I want. What I'm trying to do is better beginners woodcarvers. I'm trying to build more infrastructure. I'm trying to build more lessons, more capacity for beginners to come in here not knowing anything about wood, and then, I don't know, within a few weeks be producing works of art. I don't copy other people's work, so for me personally, copyright issues, I absolutely detest anybody putting copyright issues in this group, as it's a group of sharers. I don't understand how somebody can go, this is mine. Well, if I'd have had that attitude, there would be next to no videos, there'd be next to no files, there'd be next to no photographs or albums or challenges or any of that stuff, because, well, they're all mine. No, that's not who I am. I share. And I don't want people to be non-sharers in here. That's why we want to have posts. It's a closed group. Can't share out of the group. So if you write copyright on your photograph because you want nobody to steal it, well, one, there's no way you can stop them from stealing it other than by not putting it up on the feed in the first place. If you write, this is copyright protected, then we see that it's copyright protected, and we see that it's not necessarily conducive to the sharing aspect of the group. Had a bit of an argument with one of the members this week about that, and his rights that it's his intellectual property. Yeah, absolutely, it's his intellectual property. I don't argue with that. Put a watermark on them, and then that way, when we look at pictures on Pinterest or from wherever on the net, if it's got a watermark as to who did it, then there's no question about the copyright or who it belongs to, because it's bloody there on the picture. Putting it on in the text underneath, what's the point? Somebody's going to steal it. They're going to copy and paste it because they can. They can save it into their computer if they can. Well, shit, we're a beginners group. It's just it's ridiculous. It's not how I see it. But anyway, so I've had that issue this week, and then my dealings with that were they had repercussions. God, I keep going back to the negatives. I'm trying to be positive here. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna have a sip of my coffee. Okay, so I'm yes, the true artist creates their own work but learns constantly from the work of others. Thank you, Sarah. Spot on. I don't. There's not one of my things that I've carved have come from anybody else's work, with the exception of this little fella that I throw on the floor. Oh, that's the only one that I've copied, and that was when I did the challenge of John's step by step. And now I didn't get it very good because I'm not a very good carver. I spend more time working a group than carving, which is causing me some issues as well. Having lost a moderator this week because the demands of BWC are too great, and they eat into carving time, and I totally agree. But if you look around me, it doesn't completely stop me. I've done all of this in the last 10 months as well as what's in the group, so that's what we're doing. And then, yes, losing another moderator who was part of the cause of the loss of the other one abode, stirring up. And it's funny, I spent a while within a born again Christian group, and I lasted 10 months there. And then at the end of the 10 months, it was obvious to me that it wasn't right for me. But one of the things that was talked about in there, and it was one of the biggest problems, was that backbiting and negative speech and pulling down was the bane of the Parsons, because their crew, their group, the people that were part of the congregation, the members, if you like. The one thing that the head guy didn't want was people talking behind his back to each other, pulling down the structure. Now, I honour people's respect and belief systems. I don't necessarily agree with them, but I honour the fact that they believe it. And that to me is as best that I can do when I'm not willing to accept the ideology or dogma that's put on me. Now, running this group, there are many similarities between being the head guy and having your team and having the members. Now, backbiting, negative talk, pulling down, people saying, oh, that's not what moderators are supposed to do. This isn't like any other group as far as I know. We do other stuff here. We enjoy ourselves. There's fun to be had. Not when I'm like this, but then I've been bashed and bruised this week. Turtle stew. Yeah. Ask me a question, change the topic. Yeah, not good, not nice, not necessarily the best happiest bouncy life. Sorry. Oh, there was a question asked. Something's been said. Oh, you say that, but it isn't all bad, is it? At all? No, it isn't all bad. Tammy's videos, my trip to the wood shop. What an excellent thing. Dealing with some arseholes in the wood shop. That was funny. No, talking like this loudly, and the Ness was laughing, encouraging me, which is terrible. It was a fun day. Fun day. Should I show you the woods? There we go. Excuse me while I move my piece of English line, which is a bit shorter because I gave Ness a little bit. Because, oh, it's English line for God's sake. That's almost basswood. Northern and southern basswood. Doing my head in. The northern one is the better one to carve. Can anybody that has carved both northern and southern? No, it can't be peachy all the time. I brag about this group all the time. I love this group. I hate that I try and put in positivity, and negativity is what I've had this week. It's been a shitstorm. Ramen. I thought they were noodles, but that says ramen. It's heavy. It's going to be. It's very, very tightly packed grain. Very dense. Nearly as dense as the person that's holding it. No idea. It's light. It probably is white cedar, potentially. Very, very light. I won't know until I carve that. That was an unknown. What we got there? We got. Oh, spotted gum. Who's got a spotted bum? That's spotted gum. Sorry, I wasn't showing you it. That's spotted gum. And it's solid. It's going to be power tools. A bit of Jarrah, because the Jarrah that I had previously, see how red it is? The piece of the Jarrah that I thought was Jarrah is Wengi. So, oh, I wish this would scroll. I do the same thing, brag about this group. It would be good. Love. Sometimes there are just a few basswood in the basket. Yeah. And there's gum. Boy, did we have a ball yesterday. It's really nice to interact with a person in the real world from the group. Ness and I just had an absolute blast for 4 or 5 hours. It was fantastic. Now, as you can see, my mood has changed because thinking about gum. Thank you, Ness, for such a good day. Monterey Cypress. There you go, Jerry. You keep saying Monterey. I got a piece. Yay! Lovely grain. Bit thin, unfortunately, for my faces, but I'll manage. Yay! Right, oh, wasn't that good? That's only the first box. And then I've got some pencil cedar. I've never heard of pencil cedar, but pencil cedar I got. And look at the price. Look at that. $5.40 for a piece like that. I was happy. I don't know if I didn't cut any of this off for Ness. Sorry, Ness, you got short change. You didn't get any of it. Oh, you bought your own. That's right. We both spent heaps. Ish. We didn't actually spend that much because we raided the Ness. It was really funny. She was saying to me, there's a big box, like this box is tiny in comparison with the box of offcuts that they had. 50 cents, $1, $2. The ramen was $4, but it was twice the size. We had an absolute blast, and Ness was saying to me, "What's this wood? What's this wood? What's this wood?" And the beauty of her asking me these questions were I didn't get to plan as to what woods they were. So we went through, and I suppose I probably quoted maybe 60 or 70% of them, and I knew what they were by looking at them. Boxes. Oh, good. You ordered carving wood. Half a pickup, full. Oh, full log, so you can throw some of them in the fire. Nice one, Tammy. Oh, Corey, you're doing so well one-handed. So well. Oh, black walnut. Wow, very hard, but at least it doesn't split off like cedar. That I can't wait to see, Fred. So if you do go to a lumber yard to find all these different woods. Okay, Otto's of Adelaide advertising. Yeah, no worries. These guys are worth advertising. One that they actually ship worldwide. That's one thing. Now, cost and stuff I don't know because I haven't got into that with them yet. Only just developing. For 2.5 years, I couldn't get wood, so all I had was pine and gum, power tools. Since then, I've come over. I worked pine with the hand tools, and then I asked the right question to the right person, and I was directed to Otto's. Now, Otto's is primarily a wood shop, a timber yard, but it also they make doors and kitchens and the carpentry, the carpenter shop. And what they actually have is, thanks, Ness, it was fun. The smell in Otto's, yes. A lot of the woods are aromatic. There you go, I learned a new word. Sorry, they smell. And a combination of all the woods that they've got there in a back section for turners and for carvers, more for turners than anything else. They've got racks, and I've got a video of Otto's which I will link onto this later. They have racks of different woods, and there's everything, like there's probably 60 plus different types of wood. Babinga's there, purple heart's there, black wood is there, walnut, American, European elm, European beech. They had some birch, but it was too expensive, too big and too expensive. What they did is, we found out yesterday, was 3 years ago they had just a mess in the area that is all the Turner's woods. And of course what they've done is because they use exotic woods, they have an area where all of those are on the shelves, and they have a box of offcuts. And Ness and I, we just dived in. She got some zebra wood, some Sobrano, not Kate Sobrano, for those of you who are Australians who would know who Kate Sobrano is. Ooh, I've got some box, and you know what I've got in my box? I've got European maple. Hang on a minute. Bugger. Ness, I doubled up. I bought a square of maple, European maple, and I bought a flat pit of European maple. Duh. What a shame. Oh dear. Oh yes, my pencil cedar. Yeah, okay. And I also got some crow's ash. I thought I would try a little bit of ash. Now I know bows have been made out of ash. Bloody dense, bloody heavy. But yeah, I thought, what the hell? Got to have it. It's got to go in my wood chart eventually. And then we got American ash. Look at that. I've got 2 lots of ash. Hang on, got to flick my ash. So yes, I got some American ash. I got some European ash. I got a piece of, I think, walnut. Looks like walnut. Maybe it's heavy, dense. Don't know. It's an offcut. I'll have to identify that piece later. But it's only like 50 cents. So what the hell? Vitex. Never heard of it. That's another wood. It's going to be a bit of a thin face. I'm going to have to be very creative with the thinness of that, because normally I go into the corners and have a lot more meat. But it was $2.80 for a piece. It's very heavy, very dense. Another wood that's probably going to either need a mallet or power tools. And I will be doing some of these. I'm not doing all of the faces with mallets, with hand tools. If they are next to impossible or impossible to do, then I'm going to use power tools, because I have them. Oh, somebody sent me a message. Yay. That's probably the moderator that I've kicked out. Okay, that has got a lovely, let's see if I can, oh, look at that. Yay, Fred, look. Oh, I don't know what that is. I know it was 50 cents. It doesn't say sod or DOS. Maybe it says DOS. Ah, I've got to punch it in. It's been a while since I've used DOS. And a 50-cent piece of, I think it's Wenge or Wenge. Yes, Otto's, brilliant place. Lots and lots and lots of different woods, reasonably priced. Building friendship there. Would love to be able to do a live from there. I will discuss that. Oh, you love my hat, so not as much as I love my hat. Do you know cool if popular wood that is dry is too hard to carve? No, popular, good wood to carve. You love working with Western red cedar. Smells great. It does. But in Otto's, the smell is just. I mean, it just gets you giddy. I was acting like I don't know, an 11-year-old. Maybe not 11. Maybe I was 8. It was like Christmas. It's Aladdin's cave for a wood carver. I carve it all the time. Look, yeah. Poplar is absolutely wonderful wood to carve. Jerry, sorry to hear that. Ash makes good shovel handles. Yes, it does. It also is used a lot in screwdriver and chisel handles. So it's long wood. It's got a good compress. Like it actually takes quite a lot to compress it. I'm learning a lot more about. First of all, I was just looking at the anchor test to give a rough idea of the woods, but then there's a whole lot more about crushability and carvability, which is what I want to, what I really want to organise at some point. Ness, Otto's live, you and I there carving would be a wonderful live. Got to talk to them about it. Don't know about the insurance side of things, or whether or not they'll allow it, but we hope so. And for a future date, wouldn't it be nice? Me sitting with all of these wood racks behind and the smell of wood coming through. I'd be telling you, describing it to you. I would make it so that you can always touch it. I touched it. Yes, in love with Otto's. Otto's is like the shop that you've been looking for all your life when you're a wood carver. 60 odd woods that I can lay my hands on after 2.5 years of just gum and pine. It's astounding when you find. So I tell you, look in your local directory, Google it, and look for your local turning supplies, and you will have the smell experience and the kid in the lolly shop, candy shop, sweet shop, when you find it, and they are theirs. I've found many for members over the times that people have said, where can I get wood from? And I look to see where they are, and then I look to find what's available to them locally. And I've done that a lot. I don't do that so much now, but then I don't get asked so much now. By being able to flick files at people with the answers is a good solution. Hey, it would be good advertising for them. Well, yesterday we were told that almost 15,000, because we're only a couple of hundred off. Doesn't matter. Why are you blocking moderator? Tony. Why are you blocking moderator? I'll discuss that in behind the scenes in a while when I've finished. I haven't blocked him, I've removed him. I will put up the conversation and you'll see why. Damn, I got off that. Right. All right, well then, back to Otto's. I got myself some blue wood stain. So when I do something silly like, excuse me, I will be back. Where did I put it? That's a really good question. It shouldn't be too long. Oh, look at that. And he didn't put any music on while he went, which is damn rude of him, really. What an arsehole. What's up? Oh, look, there's another piece of wood. I like this piece. It's got character of its own. And what I'm thinking of doing, because the crack runs quite deep, is I'm going to wrap this up in duct tape, and I'm going to fill it up with coloured resin before I start carving it. I think that that was from the walnut. I know it's heavy, but it's 50 cents, so I had to get it. Now, I've got the blue stain, because when I do something like this, the sky is black and red, and I actually want the sky in this to be blue. But I will show how to do a cityscape like that on a piece of wood for the wood burners if they choose. Can lay it out how to do a drawing without a pattern, where you put a pin here, just a drawing pin, and on the other side, and you use 2 pieces of fishing line, and with the fishing line you just stretch them across and you draw along them. So very, very easy to do something like this. All this is my board to put my plum, which isn't acting like the rest of the faces. It's actually gone, no, I'm different, you have to carve me differently. But that, oh, B-side, that is only really to put this on so that I can carve on my lap. That way I don't cause myself any problems. I can spin the whole vise. Those vices are like 20 bucks, available on Amazon, eBay. They're not expensive. Using live chainsaw carving today, badass. You're not wrong. I've got a little one in well, it's in Breitbart Studios. I'll float that one. 11,000 people have seen it. But that, I start off with chainsaw and then I go to some of the other tools. Love that. The blue stain, yay! Had to have been a blast. Oh, Brett, Ness and I can't express in words just how joyous we were. We were like a couple of kids. Wrong button, lol. Blue stain. Why would I want blue stain? Well, because blue stain is good for skies. It has certain purposes. Blue paint, unfortunately, ruins carvings, but you get that. Yeah, I'll be doing the resin, but the resin will probably have some luminosity to it. I've got some luminous dust that I can add to the resin. Thank you, William. 1 point perspective. Yes, 1 point perspective. I do 2 point, and I have done 6 point perspective fisheye. We won't be going into that. I won't be teaching that, because that is the, what's the vice called? It's called a universal vice. There's a video that I can link you to. Excuse me for disappearing from looking at myself, because I'm so pretty and I love looking at myself. Not. Okay, let's look in there. Yes, it's called a universal vice, and what database? Where is it? It's not there. No. Must be on that page. Okay, files and admin. Vice. Okay. Open copy link address. What sort of vice is that? Let's just reply to that. Reply to Jason. I think that's the right one. Damn, I've got to open a page now just to make sure. Did I do the wrong one? That's a good question. I may have done the wrong one. Okay, now that's the carve holder one. Do apologize, but the other one must be close. Oh, I know where it is. Takes me a little while to navigate my own feed. Where is it? It's in here somewhere. I've got a link to it. The directory, Colin, go to the directory, it'll be there. Why do I not believe myself? Scanning some more. Oh, look, there's mushroom. Oh, look, there's ugly Colin. There's a cow. Oh, there's the proportional perspective on faces, which is very good, I have to say. Nope, I'm going to have to look. ish. I will pop that on afterwards. I think that's probably the easiest way. Oh, wrong one. No, I don't want that one. I want the other one. I want that one. Bing. Okay, let me look. Universal Vice. Did I link it? Tammy's file on the starboard. Tammy's on the chain. Links to knives and gouges. Tools for masonry tools. No. Do you know what? Thank you. That's good. I now need to update the directory, but that's cool. Damn, I thought it was there. Universal Vice. Sorry, can't multitask. Oh, there it is. Okay. Sorry, that took me longer than I anticipated. Right, that's a video on the Vice itself, and you will be able to watch it, and they're available on Amazon. Okay, let's have a look. Blue Stain, yeah, awesome piece. 1 point perspective running. Catch you later, Brian. Jason's been. Oh, I hope that Jason's been answered. I'll put that on the right one. I'll have to look afterwards. Good not to cut private bits. That's why the piece of wood is there and the Vice. I have to pack that away in the cupboard before I start. It's in a handmade foot pedal lathe yesterday in a different group. Yes, look, the handmade foot pedals, Iggy Swan does one, and he says that his butt cheeks rang for a week afterwards. But Izzy Swan, he'll show you exactly how to make it. That's a good one. That's if you want a handmade, and I'm considering it. Thanks, I'll keep my eyes open, no worries. If you put blue under black, your paint will almost glow. Absolutely. And if I put blue over the black or use only the black to set depth, I was an airbrush artist at one point. So, but Sarah, you do those wonderful carousel horses, and your backing is art school. You can see that by the quality of your first calves. Yes, it will really make the black pop, and that's really why I've got it. Cheap to make as well. Yes, thanks again. Yes, there's the responses to you, the Vice. Oh, thanks, Brett. That stuck up the link to actually where they are and where you can buy them from Amazon. Hey, Jason, that's what I'm here for. Brett got it. Yeah, I didn't see because I was on a different page. Yeah, oh, there's a first. Behind me, you can see that I've got this. These are going to be, I bought two. They're only 3mm thick MDF, and they will be the backing for my faces, so that I can have. I'm actually thinking of making 2 doors and having them run down the door, so when I open and close the doors, I've got the faces opening and closing, and so that way I use them as interior decorating in this room, which is just, as you can see behind me, it's becoming a mess, because this morning I was so dealing with other issues and the negativity of the week, which is now dissipated. As you can tell, my mood is different. Yay, thank you very much for that. I didn't get a chance to tidy up. I didn't get a chance to do the funny entrance that I was going to do, but that's okay. I won't tell you what it is, and I'll be able to use it another time, because I prefer having a little bit of fun in the beginning of these rather than it being just me boring you to death. Oh, look, there's an angry face. Accidental, I know. And tears and hearts. Thank you very much for all of that lot. Okay, well, so yes, we've done that. We've got, as I said, a few days left of the competition. So all you beginners out there that need a spoon knife set, get your entries in. If you're not in it, you can't win it. It's just that simple. So I'll be announcing that next Friday. How exciting will that be? Hey, actually telling you who's won. Now, one of the moderators put up that there's about 50 entries at the moment. I estimate probably somewhere between 50 and 150 was what I guesstimated at, having never done anything like the competition before. Beavercraft have been so nice to donate the knives. I can't. Yes, they've got a lot of free advertising, and for the prices of their knives and the quality of their knives, they're good beginner stuff. They're not cost the earth, go out and buy the best set. I probably shouldn't say that they're not the best set, but they're more than adequate for a beginner. And if you just want to do spoons, then one of them's about 20 bucks. Whereas if you look, I looked yesterday in our wood shop, and a smaller one made by somebody else, I think it was nearly $50. Our money, of course. Now, I want to talk about the money side of things. If I buy from the States, I have to add a quarter onto the price from the conversion rate from American dollars, Australian dollars. But the reality is we get paid their units of pay. And I've lived in England, I lived in Germany, and I've lived in Australia. So I've travelled a lot of Europe, but and I've ended up here. Now, I got exposed to quite a lot of, I got exposed to how different cultures are. Now, the dollar value is really a unit of currency, and it's relative. Our base wage here in Australia, I think it's about $18 is the baseline. When my sister came from the UK, she went, "Oh, that's really surprising. You see that Suzuki car? Yeah, at the bottom of the range. Here it was $13,999, $13,999, so $14,000. It was £14,000 in England." She said it's the same price in England, but the English pound is worth £1 is worth $2. So England are paying, in comparison to Australia, they're paying double the price. But of course, it's relative to your wages and it's relative to the money. It's only when we buy from other countries does the conversion rate come in. So when I say to you that this has cost me 40 bucks, out of my, let's say $500 a week that I get, 10% for the price of a knife, whereas you go into a store and they're $20 American dollars. Even if you just add a quarter onto that, $25. It still costs us 40 because of the shipping costs and stuff on top. So we get stung. We don't have the range that you have, and we don't have and it costs. My files have been $40 each, and I buy the middle range. Okay, I can't get my Dremel to work. How else can I cut extra wood off around my carving that much to do with a knife? I have to make sure I can use this one-handed. If you have any ideas, if you clamp it and use a coping saw, you can do that one-handed. There's lots of cutting with saws and stuff that they are a one-handed saw, so I would suggest you use a coping saw. Jigsaw Corey, yeah, good answer. Oops, John Overby. G'day, John. Sorry for the shit that's come your way this week. Rob missed it, but no, we're still here, and it'll be there for you it'll be here for you to watch. Corey, very exciting, so exciting. Cole, you aren't boring at all. I bore myself, but then that's what wood borers do. 44, I think. Okay, yeah. $60 to $125. Wow. Franklin's here. G'day, Franklin. Xmod. So yes, it's relative to the currency that you get. So some are expensive, some are cheap. Beavercraft happen to be on the cheaper range. They deliver everywhere, worldwide. Then they were worth promoting. I'm so happy with the fact that they donated tools, and with no arguments, no hassles. It was like, hey, no, we're happy to experiment and try something new, see if it works. That's where we're at with the competition. Never run one before. Don't know if we will run another one. Probably, if we can source the knives or source prices or give away carvings or something. I don't know. Maybe t-shirts. Wouldn't a BWC t-shirt competition be great? You win this t-shirt. Yeah. You'll be seeing me in t-shirts from BWC soon. And here I am, less than an hour, and I'm going for the second cigarette because underneath it all I'm somewhat stressed. Okay. Shipping across the water is a fortune, you're right, Cole. Yes, absolutely. No trade agreements. Your country has decided to shut down on trade agreements, and that's hurting all of us. Britain are going through that. They're having the law change that all the knife makers, I'm feeling so sorry for the British knife makers, because they won't be able to send their knives through the post to, it's their livelihood, it's their industry. But Britain is coming up with a rule that knives are not allowed to be sent. Now, that doesn't apply to kitchen knives, it only applies to the other knives, and carving knives unfortunately come in with that. So the Brits are going to have a real problem. They're trying to get people in Britain to sign a petition so that that one comes under review, so that there are exceptions made, because there's always exceptions. I mean, who's going to slaughter 35 people in a school with a bloody carving knife? Come on, ridiculous. The world sucks. It's got some really, really shitty attitudes, and we haven't got that. We've got love. That's what the group tries to generate, tries to bring out the social aspect, somewhere where we can go, somewhere we can interact, somewhere where some idiot sits up here for every week for about an hour and waffles on about, I don't know how good the group is. I love the group. Patches is a good idea, Dale. That after the t-shirts that would come. A hat, hadn't thought of a hat. Yeah, good one. Look, they are coming. Because we also the moderators, thank you very much. Yes, we're going to be working on iconic. BWC is not going to just stay a group, it's going to become something in the real world. An entity is a good way of putting it. I would love to generate finances so that that can be channeled back into the group. So not one prize in a year, like maybe one a month or one every 2 weeks, or it would be lovely, but it requires money and I don't bloody have it. But maybe with the entity that BWC is coming, maybe somewhere along the line, it will actually generate finances. Shirts and things will be coming, patches will be coming. I'm going to have to find somebody in the States. Once we're set on the designs, which we're working on, the wonderful Pete Martinez is just applying himself to some of the needs free of charge for the group, and I'm absolutely astounded at what he's done. I'm not going to put them up for the group to see yet, because we haven't actually formalized what we're going to do and how we're going to actually do the t-shirts, but it's coming. Probably by the time this time next year, whoever wants a t-shirt. But what we actually did do, PWC stickers. Now that's an easy one. That one could be easily done. But yes, finding somebody that can deal with the printing side in the States, so that a t-shirt suddenly isn't $100 because of the shipping costs. That's a global group. It's hard to manage a global group because different cultures, different identities, different attitudes, different rules, different prices. But we'll get there. We will get there. But what we were discussing was what a new challenge. Pete is awesome. We are going to have a challenge that will be a keychain, key challenge. So got your keys, and there'll be a little piece of wood on there that is a BWC symbol to say that we are beginners wood carvers. Doesn't matter if we have advanced skills in some areas. That means we lack in others. Nobody will ever be anything but a beginner, because, well, you couldn't carve all the woods in the world in a lifetime. You just couldn't. The amount of trees outweigh us considerably. The carvable trees, now that's different. We're going to have a lot of fun. I've been called a dictator. If I have to dictate the rules so that the group stays good, I will. If I have to dictate where my dream is heading, my dream for beginners woodcarvers is like, it's just universally big. We all have the capacity to share love and positivity from the group into the shitty world. It's about dog eat dog and step on each other. Piss off. I hate that aspect of the world. So we're going to do what we can do as wood carvers. If we do the key challenge, keyring challenge, then that will also be pertinent to the group, so that many of us go around with a BWC, small piece of wood on our key rings. Anytime you pull your keys out, somebody goes, oh, what's that piece of wood? And it's, I love this group. Pistol Pete, yeah, only if it's a hat like Cole's. These hats are wonderful, iconic of the group. That's why I had it on the seat while I was making coffee. Good to see Frank Glenn. You'll pattern me, you'll carve it. Okay, we'll work on a pattern for it as part of the challenge. We'll have a rough idea. Oh, you love the philosophy. Yeah, me too. Look, this group can grow if we want it to grow. If we make a noise, if we educate the young people that carving is not a dead thing. Being able to access the creativity that you have locked inside you. Every one of you is creative. You may not believe it. I don't believe it myself. I hear, oh wow, your carvings are so good, and it's like, oh, I tried hard to just make a carving. I didn't really care whether or not other people thought it was good. Of course, then I'll show everybody, oh, look at this, isn't it wonderful? Isn't it wonderful? Because I've got a little tiny ego and I've got to hear this back. The group feeds that. It builds the confidence. You can carve originally. You don't have to copy somebody else's pattern. You can design your own patterns. You just don't believe it. I didn't believe I could run a group of 15,000 people, but here I am. I still don't think I'm the right fit. I still think somebody else would do this better. Somebody more knowledgeable could impart a lot more information, but I'm the idiot and dickhead that's doing it. The challenge today that I had from one of my moderators is that I'm a dictator and he wants to be in a democracy. Well, I'm trying to build a bloody democracy. Slowly, I'm trying to advance love, kindness, confidence. You guys, every one of you matters to me. Having a big argument about copyright with a member this week who I let back into the group, I blocked them. I got shitty. They said that they would resign. They didn't like how I was doing things. Oh, fuck off. Do apologise for my language. So yes, cost a moderator this week as well. But the member got back in because I thought about how important the group might be to him rather than that he was annoying me or irritating me. So I ate humble pie and I apologise for overreacting. It was hard. I didn't want to. That member is in the group. There are other members that I've reacted badly to, and I apologised to them, and they are back in the group because the group is important to a lot of us rather than I mean, I don't use Facebook anymore. All there is BWC. Some people are still afraid to ruin a stick. You couldn't ruin it. The only failure in the world is not trying. You are successful in failing if you don't try. If you try, you get some level of success. Yes, absolutely. Yes. With technology growing and dominating most of the job market, creativity is a necessity to stay relevant in today's world. Absolutely. Otherwise, we will just have printed things. Everything will be plastic, and creativity and independence and all that lot goes out of the window. Potty mouth. Thanks, my hero. I don't know that I make the group. You guys make the group. I just make sure that influences that are contrary to the attitude of the group. We are Hitlers, we are dictators, we kick people out. If you don't like the group, leave. Don't kick me in the nuts on the way out because I don't like the run up. I don't like the ache. Okay, doing good. Yeah, that's why you fit to rule. I don't know about that. You're great and you do a great job, and I'm glad I'm part of this group. I've learned a lot and still learning more. Look, it's about learning. The thing we have we had a post not long ago that was somebody advertising for a carving school where they want to charge you vast amounts of money to learn how to carve. Okay, quick, yeah. 6 months, you're going to pay shitload of cash. You're going to be able to come out of that carving. But the other side of things is there's a group that's open 365 days a year. 366 is it's a leap year, where there are 24/7. The feed constantly churns. Now that costs nothing. If you ask a question and somebody knows the answer, you will get the answer. Instead of going and paying thousands of dollars, this is the slow way. This is the social way. This is about building a community of people that just, we've all got the same base love of wood carving. So I will be a potty mouth if people upset me. I'm going to be. I don't want to be upset. I want joy and love and care and consideration, and I want us to make new things, and I want us to be excited that wow, look what Joe made, look what Fred made. Sorry, Fred, didn't mean to quote you specifically. The black walnut spoon. Look what the black walnut spoon that Fred's making. If you don't love it, go. Only supposed to be here. It's only supposed to be here because we're entertaining, enjoyable, caring, loving, kind people. If you have problems, okay, there's an issue that came up, and that's about nudity. Now, all the groups are having the same problem. For some unknown reason, you can't see a penis or a vagina or boobs as art. All people see them as is pornography. Now, my attitude is, if it's an erect penis, it doesn't come in the group. That's wrong. It doesn't come. An erect penis doesn't come in the group. Colin, watch what you say. Okay. We don't allow erect penises to be shown on our feed as a carving. That's an erect penis. Mons pubis and breasts, as far as I'm concerned, are just art. I don't have a problem with them. I know a lot of people do. It brings out the idiots because, Jesus, a pair of wooden boobs bring the dickheads out in people, and they make lewd comments as opposed to appreciating the beauty. Okay, The Simpsons, the statue of David. Take the penis off because that's rude. Piss off. Don't agree with that. Art is art, but unfortunately, there are quite a few things that are put up that cause idiots to come out of the woodwork, and hence we have to remove the post, because instead of being able to just remove the idiots, we can't. There's too many of them. So unfortunately, we remove posts that contain nudity. How sad is that? Yeah, it's funny. Wood is not porn. Well, depends. I've got a warped sense of humour. I'm Australian, so I have to be incredibly careful. I was joking about getting wood. It's just wrong. Synonymous. Same thing with this thing. This is not a condom. It is a safety device. It stops you from getting cut. And 1 minute and 1 hour and 4 minutes. I have had it for the week. No, I haven't. I'll be sitting here and I'll be responding and loving and liking your comments and going through and acknowledging you all. 206 comments. Shit. Okay. Another week gone. Next week will be the big reveal. Da, 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 the winners. Won't that be a good thing? I'd like to thank all of you for watching. It's a Friday Night Live. It's not been the most upbeat one. It hasn't been the worst. We've had worse. Yeah. I love you group. I love the people in the group, and I'm going to continue to battle the negative assholes that want to bring me down so that I stop doing this. I don't want to stop. I want to encourage more people. I want the files to expand. I want knowledge to be shared. I want love to be considered. I want confidence to be grown. I want people to learn how to paint. I want people to learn how to draw. I want people to know how to carve. I want people to know what woods to use. I want people to know what finishes to use. Now, why would people be negative to that? I don't know. G'day, David. I saw you popped in. I hope the move is going good. All I've done today is just been real. I try to be real all the time. If I'm a real arsehole, I apologise. If I'm really nice, well then thank you for the compliments. I want to say to you all, safe and happy carvings, but I actually would rather say have a happy day. The now. If you can be happy in the now, everything else doesn't matter. You can deal with that when it becomes the now. My now is happy. My now, I am tending my feed. I am talking to my group. I am letting them know where I stand. I'm letting them know my thoughts. I'm sharing of myself. Now, I don't see many people, I don't see many groups sharing themselves. I see people hiding. And I don't think that the internet should be a place just for anonymity, not being known and being hidden. I'm not hiding. I'm right in front of you. That is what I promise to continue to give to beginners wood carvers, even though I'm having a shit week and the last thing I want to do is deal with people. I will the ones that are full of positivity. I will the ones that love what they do. I love the group. So I'm going to say adios because I'm multilingual. Ciao, tschüss, and goodbye. I hope you all have a good day. Have a good sleep, and I shall see you, on the feed. Later, tater. Diddly diddly dee, potato.